journaling time.
Oh yeah, we
Hi,
are back, baby.
everyone.
Welcome back to Journal Party Live. Who out there could use a little optimism in their lives? How do you say it when you're addressing a group? Ah. Let me open up the chat, see what we got going on. Say what's up if you're just joining us. Let us know who is here. And we'll get this party started in just a minute. I hope our chat didn't break down. The usual suspects. Oh, there we go. We got some
Yay.
coming in. All right, good.
Yeah.
You guys had me worried. You know what? I need to be more optimistic. I need to be more optimistic about how this is going to go. There we go. All of
Hi,
our favorite people
everyone.
showing up. What's up, Sherry? What is up, Melissa? We're quiet here tonight. Yeah. Well, I'm seeing the numbers all right. People showing up. Hopefully everyone got the message. I just had to scramble to edit the link because I messed it up when I set everything up. I got to get better at this tech stuff. But as a small and mighty team, you gotta roll with the punches and do what you do. And you guys have always been really cool about it. So I think we're gonna be all right. We're definitely gonna be all right. We got Charlenia's in the house.
Hello.
Deidre's in the house. Deborah's in the house. From
Welcome,
Ashland,
Deborah.
Oregon. Your first time? Nice. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Amazing.
Yeah, we had a little hiatus last week. Things were a little intense, I sometimes, we're people too. We just need to, kind of take things in and reflect. I'll be honest, I wasn't in a position to put on the performance mask last Wednesday, and just too much going on. And that's kind of what inspired this evening's session. We've got a lot of feelings, a lot of intense emotions, and crazy events happening in this crazy world that we live in. And if you're not careful, if you're not careful to be present, and even if you are present, it's almost impossible not to get whisked away by all just this tidal wave of messaging from people on high, messaging from your peers, messaging from people you've never met before, messaging from robots who have been programmed to sow discord. It's crazy. Welcome to 2025, people. And I imagine a lot of you folks out there have some feelings about what's going on. And we never want to get political here at Journal Party. I think it's kind of a safe space for that. But it's pretty easy to see that just about everybody, no matter what your walk of life is, what side of the aisle, everybody is feeling a certain way about things right now. We're in flux. Lots of things are changing. Technology's going nuts, and how do you find your way in all of that? And I think what's really important is that we don't lose our sense of optimism, our sense of hope. Every day that you get up, I hope that obviously every day is going to be different. Some days are going to be good or bad, however you judge it. But, you want to be able to orient yourself towards progress. You want to be able to orient yourself towards that good feelings, because I truly believe that it's our feeling state, our state of being, that actually creates our circumstances and creates our reality. But if you're not careful, your circumstances, the things around you can convince you that they're what are informing your state of being. And maybe it's the feedback loop, but I do find that when I reach for that better feeling state, the surroundings, my circumstances start to get better. Things tend to resolve. And so I'm really glad that you joined us this evening. I think this one's going to feel really good. And I could use some good feelings. The internet isn't always the coziest place these days, but I think we've formed a pretty cool tribe here. And these Wednesday nights are always super cozy. So welcome, Deborah, and anybody else who's new here. I think that this is going to be a dose of some good medicine for us all this evening. So, the way that this works for everybody who is new, it's pretty simple. Let me go ahead and share our Journal Party app on the screen. So, what you're seeing is the Journal Party guided journaling app. And on here, it's kind of like the Netflix of guided journaling, or like Calm, but instead of meditation and breath work and stuff like that, it's journaling. It's for us journalers. And we got all sorts of really great programs in here. And so this evening's program, as I've sort of teased, is the Optimist Playbook. So tonight we've got 10 prompts for you this evening. We're going to do 3 minutes per prompt. I was just trying to see what Melissa said here. I was like, what is she saying? Oh, it was the cat who walked on their keyboard. Anyway, so we've got 10 prompts for you this evening. We're going to spend about 3 minutes on each prompt. My beautiful wife here, also named Alex. We're Alex and Alex for the uninitiated. We're going to take turns reading the prompts for you. We're going to journal along with you. And then once we're done going through the prompts, we're all just going to hang out. We're going to share some insights, kind of cultivate those good vibes, really lean into that sense of optimism. And I think that together, we can will this reality into something that feels good. We got to feel okay in this world, right? And so, we can't let other people, dictate how we're going to feel. We get to choose that if we want, if we decide to show up and be present. And so I'm really, really excited about this one this evening. See, we got some more people in the chat. Some more people will trickle in, and we'll get started in just a minute. Mary says, hey, party people, been sick the last couple weeks. Oh, yeah, you missed accountability group. Well, we missed you. We noticed. And you know what? I hope you're feeling better. I hope everything's all right. And I'm really glad you made it, Mary. Mary, for also the uninitiated, is one of our early party people. So always great when Mary's here. Teacher says this is on the calendar, so I'm checking in every Wednesday, no matter what. Awesome. Yeah. All right. We got Jessica here joining us for the first time. Welcome, Jessica. Awesome to have you. Hopefully you heard my spiel about how this all goes down. It's pretty simple. I think the main thing is don't overthink it. Once you get the prompt, you receive it, and you just start writing. And, hopefully some good insights will come. And, they tend to show up, but if like the perfect response doesn't come up for you, don't beat yourself up about it. This is super chill and it's going to be super fun. So I think you're in for a treat. All right. Mary's saying hey to Melissa. People welcome in Jessica. All right. Who's ready? Are you guys ready to party? I'm ready to party.
Do it, yes.
I think it's time to turn up the good vibes here. Lean into this. I need this so bad tonight. More than you know, and I'm so looking forward to this. All right, sweetheart, I'm gonna do the odd prompts, if that's all right. So I'll start us off, and you can do the evens. And every now and then I lose track, and just give me one of those little links that you give me to keep me on track. Having a wife is amazing. We're newlyweds here, and she keeps me on my A game. Really appreciate that. All right, folks. I think it's time to get this party started. So,
do it.
Yeah. Good. Yep. If I can just get the button here. Hold on, folks. Too much tech. All right, everyone, get your journals ready. Let's ride. All right. Prompt number 1, a better day. Think of a small moment today that was particularly positive. What made it so great?
Silver linings. Write about a recent challenge you faced. What unexpected good came out of it?
Positive power. What is one thing you are looking forward to in the coming week? How can you make sure it happens?
Strength Spotlight. What is one of your biggest personal strengths? How have you used it to help yourself or someone else lately?
Kindness echo. Recall an act of kindness you either gave or received. What impact did it have?
Future focus. Imagine your life 1 year from now. What does it look like if you maintain a positive outlook?
Good vibrations. That's a good song. What song or piece of music instantly lifts your mood? Why does it have this effect on you?
Inner cheerleader. What are some positive things you can say to yourself when you are feeling down? Write them down and keep them handy.
Grateful glance. Look around the room you're in. What are three things you are grateful for right now?
Inspiration injection. Who is someone you admire for their optimistic attitude? What can you learn from them?
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Let me know in the chat how everyone did. I love you guys so much. I feel so much better. I've been whining to Alex all day today about how I'm irritable and I don't feel good and I don't like anything and just swimming in the mucky muck. And I feel like $1,000,000 right now. And just seeing the comments and just knowing that you guys are here and willing to, cultivate this space, cultivate gratitude, and just, show up for yourselves with the hope that the world can be a better place. And I know that can sound airy fairy and hokey, probably not after journaling like this, but from the bottom of my heart, I really, really appreciate all of you for showing up because I think that, even like, obviously it's good to do this work for yourself. Hopefully you felt that for yourself, but I think there's something really extra special about doing it in this group setting. I really do think that there's like a compounding effect of what we do here, just by being in the group together. And so, before we even start with like all the the insights and all that, just wanted to express some gratitude for you for showing up today and journaling through this with me. I would probably try to do this session myself, even if nobody showed up, but like it's just, it helps it all around. I feel so much better, and so just thank you. Anyway,
Good.
Alex, how'd you do?
Good.
Yeah.
I wanted to check in on you, but thank you for starting with that because I can tell when your mood has been uplifted and genuinely, I think almost every time we do this, like we're both instantly like high-fiving each other and just feeling great after the fact. It's such a feel good thing and such a beautiful community of people. And yeah, I mean, with optimism, I think, when there's a lot of turmoil going on in the world, being optimistic is challenging. And so I think more of these types of journaling sessions are very necessary. And it was also really refreshing. And, yeah, the mood is instantly uplifted. It's also just a nice reminder that despite everything, literally everything going on right now, just all of it, there's
Broadly gesture.
literally gesturing at all things. It's a nice reminder that there's still love and kindness in this world, and there's also so many things to be grateful for and optimistic about. So overall, I thought it was wonderful. I was just finishing up, that last question about, who is optimistic in your life. And I've always thought my friend Grace, ever since I met her, has had just this like beautiful, uplifting energy that, is always brightens a room. But, it's like even when she's gone through some really horrific things, to see where she is today and to see what she's done to uplift herself and those around her. And despite what she has going on, she's always present for others. And I was just getting excited because I get to see her this weekend at my 20th high school reunion, which, I'm very excited about, and I'm helping plan. And, I don't know. I'm very optimistic about how that's going to turn out, and just kind of reconnecting with old friends and people I haven't seen in literally 20 plus years. So yeah, it was just kind of getting me excited for something I have coming up, and you'll be joining me. So yeah, it was wonderful, and yeah, just the journaling session I know I needed as well. So thank you for putting that together.
I'm glad you liked it. And you should totally invite Grace on one of these. I feel like we need to, like, the more the merrier, obviously, right? And so,
Yeah.
if you recognize somebody who is, the kind of person who brightens up a room, then, that's the exact type of person that we want on these things.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just so proud of us for, like, the internet's like a cesspool right now, and it's just like, I'm so proud of us that we've managed to like carve this little cozy corner out of the internet, like where it feels good and like nice. Like what was, I mean, well, the last time I felt this good was probably on a Journal Party Live. But like I think about all the times like I pick up my phone or scroll in between, and it's like, oh, this just doesn't feel good.
Just
But
an
like this
instant,
feels so good.
yeah, instant stab to the heart when you pull up the news and social media and whatnot. So yeah, it is so nice to have this kind of escape and to be surrounded by other people that are kind of, looking for that sense of community and personal wellness and betterment. So good job.
Melissa said it was a much needed happy session. I'm glad you
Right.
enjoyed.
Happy to
Yeah.
hear it.
Let's turn up the good vibes. We got to tip the
Mhm.
scales here, folks. Sandy says, sorry to hear, Alex. I was also sick as a dog for the last week.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
so
well, I hope you're
sorry. There's so
feeling
much
better.
going around.
Well, I'm
Everyone,
glad
take
you
care of
made it
yourself.
this evening. Jillian says, I believe. Thank you. You're so
Mhm.
welcome. Glad we could help. Yeah. Appreciate you all so much. Elizette says, hello. Oh, hello to you. Deidre says this was good. It is just a reminder to reframe my thinking in these uncertain times. Yeah, totally. And you know, it's good. It's good to like have this practice of checking in with yourself and just seeing like, hey, what's going on in the here and now? Like, how am I feeling, and how do I want to feel? Because I think like so much of us of like our experience, our life experience, is just run on autopilot. And if you do a lot of this work, your autopilot can be maybe better for you. I think like having a practice and tilting yourself towards like better feelings and optimism and whatnot. Like, sure, when you inevitably you kind of get sucked into the world and you're just kind of operating, like, you ever get in the car, and then like you end up at your destination. You're like, did I drive that whole way? Like, how did I use all my turn signals? Like, it's crazy, like what your mind will do, like without you even like really paying
Oh
attention.
yeah.
But when you do pay attention, you have this amazing opportunity to get intentional, to create the experience that you want to have in your life. And I think it's these platforms are particularly good now at getting, giving us just enough of, whether it's like outrage or whatever, like the intense emotion is, to like where you just have to see what's next, and you feel the feeling, but like, oh, I have to see what they think, and I have to see what they think, and you end up
Oh,
getting on these weird trains of thoughts. And like the other thing that's crazy is like there's all this research now that like most of these people that you're probably freaking out about, or like that are causing these reactions in you, are probably not even people. They're probably bots. There's so much AI garbage going around right now that like it's so easy to get your whole experience just totally hijacked. And what's cool is when as you get in the reps of checking in with yourself and, hey, wait a minute, like is this, what's going on here? And then from there you can kind of figure out how you want to react. And that's not to say that like everything is everything is controllable or manageable. Like some of the work that I was doing in here is just there's a lot of stuff that you can't control, right? And it's like, okay, well, maybe that's not what I should be paying attention to necessarily. And it's like, well, what should I pay attention to? Probably the things that I can control, and see how I want to show up. And like, it's just thinking about the prompt that was, what would it look like in a year if you maintained this positive outlook? And it's like, well, I mean, probably not a lot would happen if I maintained that outlook and just like continued to look at the stuff that was perturbing me before. But what if I took that positive outlook and, really sat down and created some cool things? And, what do I value? And I was starting to think about like what, the things that light me up. And probably my biggest core values are creativity and shared joy. So it's like, oh, okay, like I should put that to work. Let me create some things that are going to make people happy and have some good experiences, and start to kind of change your own narrative a little bit and see what shows up for you. So yeah, I think definitely I'm glad you got it, Deidre. I'm glad you found this a good reminder. Let's see who else we got in here. Sandy, thank you, Alex, for speaking about optimism. Yeah, it's important. It's important, and not to get it confused with, some people have called out things like toxic positivity, right? And it's like, you never want to deny the truth of what is. I think, that's ignorance, right? That said, it's like, okay, like you can acknowledge it. You can, if you have to allow it to be there if you can't control it. But from there, it's like you can decide what to do. And there's always a better feeling you can reach for. And I think that's the challenge, right? It's not to just get sucked into whatever rabbit hole, the internet wants you to have. Or, obviously the internet's a big theme for me lately because it's been bothering me. But, whatever it is, right? Like you don't always have to get on somebody else's ride. You can kind of, curate your own experience a little bit, for sure. Sherry says, I am so grateful for both of you and being willing to share all of this with you. Couldn't wait for tonight. That's
amazing. So kind.
Really
yeah.
Awesome to hear.
I love this community.
Jessica's probably had to bail by now, but Jessica, if you catch us in the replay or if we see you on the next one, I hope we see you on the next one because, the more the merrier. Obviously, it's not a party without the party people.
Absolutely.
Mary said, same, Alex. Definitely been in a mood, but remembering my favorite songs was a pick-me-up. Oh, I loved that prompt too. I had some good songs. And the three things in the room. My little was laughing at a ball that had been kicked. The little things, right? So precious. We don't have kids,
really
but we do
rely...
have a dog that just lights our,
I was
our
going to
life
say, yeah.
Every little thing.
No, I was just going to bring up our dog and how he brings us so much joy. And the second we see him, the second we interact with him, it's, I hope everyone has as one thing, a kid, a pet, anyone, something that just instantly brightens your mood. And, takes you out of that negative, headspace. And so it is really the little
Kids and
things.
pets in particular are great because they haven't been spoiled by all of like the accumulating head garbage that we get as adults. And like, I mean,
And they don't know what's
just
going on
looking.
in the world. They're just happy to be.
No, but I was talking to Melissa about that the other day on our Monday session, and it was just like you know like they're the ones, they got the answers. Like, he's just chilling, he's getting stinky and gross with like his little gross stuffed animal, happy as can be. Like, you've never, and it's just like I remember like looking at him the other day and like kind of being jealous for a minute, like, man.
Like,
And then it's like,
can't we all just
no, but
be that
you don't
way?
have to be jealous. Like, just lean into what you love, even if it's stinky and gross. I mean, maybe take care of yourself and don't get into too much stinky and gross stuff as a human. But there's definitely some wisdom there from our four-legged friends and our baby friends as well.
Hmm.
Elizette says, I joined a little late and it's been a while. Can you remind me where I can find the prompts for tonight? Yeah, for sure. So inside of the Journal Party app, that's where you're going to want to look. So if you scan that QR code, you can download the app. It's available on the Apple App Store or Google Play. And you can also just go to journalparty.com, where we have a web-based version of the app available. And so all of our prompts are in there. We have what we call power prompt playlists in there, and that's what we journaled through this evening. There's premium stuff, but there's also a ton of free stuff in there, and also free, the replays are always free, so you can get those inside of the app under the Journal Party Live section of our programs. And then on YouTube, you can just go in and all of the archives of Journal Party Live are in there. And there's a lot of them at this point. We've been going. So check the vaults if you ever just feel like hanging with the crowd. You can pretend. All right, I lost my chat. Where's my chat? Okay, there we go. Mary says, anyone want to share some of their favorite songs? I would love to have a positivity playlist. Nice. Yeah. So I love like the songs that like hype you up. I like, there's this one I like. I think it's called "I Look Good," and there's that one like, "Oh my mama, oh my hood, I look fly." I love those ones that are like, because I spend a lot of my time like alone in this room, like cooking up whatever Journal Party stuff I'm doing, and it can get kind of lonely, and it's like, all right, like sometimes you think you're onto something good, but like it's like, well, am I just tooting my own horn here or whatever? And I love those songs that like it's basically just like having like a hype team behind you. Like I like that one. I like the all I do is win. I love that one. And I normally don't listen to like a lot of rap and stuff like that, but like those ones that hype you up and like are real swaggy, those are my favorite ones. What were yours, Alex? Oh, I had you on mute. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I like You Know What's Up. It's a Donnell Jones song. Left Eye Lopez from TLC was featured on it back in the day. A lot of like older songs, like something about the nostalgia of the music. It brings me back to just like that age and that time in my life where things weren't complicated. And another one I like, this afternoon, I was listening to the radio, and I'm also trying to put together some playlists for our high school reunion this weekend. And one of the songs was Ocean Avenue. And Alex, who
Yellow
was the
Card?
Yellow Card? Yes, exactly. And I just I put that on. It was just instant mood lifter, and it makes you feel so good. And I just remember like that time in my life, and everyone loved that song, and it was just the type of song everyone wants to listen to when it comes on in the car. So that was a big one for me that I recently was reintroduced to today. But yeah, let's see
awesome. We got some more shares. Yeah. Melissa said "Where the Streets Have No Name" by U2. A lot of people don't like them, but that beat just gets me flying. Hey, whatever lights you up. There was one U2 song that I used to put in like I I used to make these little like slideshows of things that I wanted, like kind of like digital vision boards, and I would put like soundtracks behind them. And there's one. What was the one? It was, gosh, I got to think of it. Um, I'll have to share it later if I remember it. It's been a while. That was like, talk about like memories in the vault. I forgot that I used to do that. Let's see what else we have. Flawless by Tyler Jane. Okay, awesome. We got Imagine by John Lennon, always a good one. Um, yes, older songs are the best. Melissa says, "In the air tonight."
We just watched that live performance of it on YouTube. You remember it?
Good. Oh yeah,
You guys
Alex
have
and I
got to
were
see
up in
the
Santa
live
Barbara,
performance.
and
Um,
it was my older brother's birthday, and I think he was like a little tipsy because we got him drunk at dinner, and he just all he wanted to do was like hang out and watch like YouTube videos with us. And we were putting on all the songs that he wanted to hear, but we went down this like Phil Collins rabbit hole, and we're just watching because like we were like, did he drum and sing at the same time? Like that's crazy. And so there's, I don't know, maybe I'll drop some of those in the group. There's some really great videos of him doing the like literal drumming while singing. Super talented.
mhm.
Yeah, good stuff. And I saw Melissa shared here too. Yes, Alex has experienced the goofiness of my feline overlords during many a journal party session now. Yeah, the Monday sessions are fun because everybody's on camera. And yeah, if you join Journal Party Premium through the app, that's how you get access to that. And that's we have Zoom sessions every Monday. So there's an early session and there's an evening session or a late session. So 8:30 a.m. Pacific on Mondays or 3 o'clock Pacific. I'm sorry, 8 a.m. Pacific or 3 o'clock Pacific on Mondays. So I guess that would be 11 or 6 if you're on the East Coast. And it's a good time. It's a little different than this. Like on these, we do prompts, but on those sessions, we actually set timers and do stream of consciousness first, followed by gratitude and goal setting. And then we have our accountability board, which is our little Kanban style board just to keep track of all the things that we're working on and hold each other accountable. And we're getting stuff done. If you guys, I don't know if you guys can see inside of the app, like we have a feed where every time someone marks something that they were working on is done, it's like, yeah, congrats. So yeah, it's a party. We got to celebrate, right? So always appreciate you all showing up and celebrating with us. And with that, it's getting to the end, the bottom of the hour and the top of the hour. We're at that the crux. What is it? No, the cusp. Anyway, folks, I feel like a different person. Honestly,
You are different right now.
I needed this so bad, you guys, and it's okay to have our ups and our downs, but I think it's important that we have these practices where we can just check in, and we can write our own story. This is living proof. I've got receipts, folks. This stuff works. So I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys know because you showed up, and so my lights are turning off in here. They're on timers. They're telling me it's
Party's over.
So, all right, everyone. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, rest of your evening, and as always, party on.
Party on.
Say it, Alex.
I said it. Party on, everybody.
All right.